Hello everybody! Today's video will show you how you can save over 1000% on your next car rental in Norway. Do you want to save up to 3,045 euros on your next 7-day holiday in Norway? I know this sounds like a very bold statement, but it's completely true and doable for almost everybody. Until recently, there have been zero options for foreigners to rent a car from private persons in Norway via car sharing. Car sharing means that you rent a car from a private person in the same way Airbnb works for apartments. There has been a platform called Neighbor Car or Nabobil in Norwegian, which has been the preferred way Norwegians rent cars between themselves. However, Nabobil was not usable for foreigners since they did not accept driving licenses issued outside Scandinavia. Quite recently, Nabobil was bought by a company called Getaround. This is massive news because now it's finally possible for most foreigners to rent a car on this platform. On Getaround, you now get access to thousands of cars all over Norway, and what is more important, they cost much less than renting a car through rental companies. There are many countries where you can easily rely on traveling by public transport. In Norway, especially the northern part of Norway, that is not the case. Renting a car will give you the freedom to explore and stay flexible during your holidays. On the other hand, renting a car will be a significant item on your holiday budget, especially if you plan to travel during the summer season. That's why we hope that the information we will share in this video will make it possible for you to travel cheaper, longer, or that you will be able to afford more fun activities for the money you save on the rental car. Let me show you some hard numbers and comparisons. Since we usually make travel videos from Lofoten, we will compare prices for locations in Lofoten, but it applies to all of Norway. Of course, compared to Lofoten, the largest cities like Oslo, Bergen and Trondheim have a much larger selection of cars on Getaround. We will compare Getaround with a webpage called rentalcars.com, which compares cheap car rentals from major providers like Budgets, Sixt, Hertz, etc. Let's have a look at the middle of June. The main tourist season in Norway starts already in the second half of June, and you can definitely see it in the prices of the car rental agencies. They know that you really need that car, so they turn their prices up like crazy. You can expect to get a Volkswagen Golf for around 400 euros a day. Only a month earlier you could get the same car for 80 euros. And if you want to be able to fit your legs and luggage, you have to pay even more. You will compare two cars of the same type with pickup in or around Leknes. In June, you can expect to pay 476 euros for a Toyota RAV4 if you rent it from a car rental agency. Getaround, on the other hand, charges you only 41 euros. Same car, same date, same place. This saves you 1154% or 435 euros every day you rent that car. In July, car rental companies keep the same price as June since it's already maxed out at 476 euros. The Getaround owner in this example increases his price to 51 euros. You will still save about 420 euros by choosing to rent a car with Getaround. In August, it's still high season and rental cars now charge you 472 euros. However, it's worth noting that some of the cars drop in price on the 22nd of August. Getaround drops their prices by a few euros in August as well. Even though from the 1st of September rental cars decrease their prices a lot, the price difference between these two cars is still 414% and you still save 130 euros per day. You might think that this was just some unusual example, but check out their pages yourself and see how much it costs if you're looking for a car in Leknes or Svolvær with more space than one large piece of luggage. It's worth mentioning that not all cities in Norway have the same extreme prices in the summer. Oslo, for example, have more moderate prices even in July, but it's still a lot cheaper to go for Getaround. It might be helpful to emphasize that the school holidays in Norway last from the last week in June to the first week of August. During this period, most Norwegians take their vacation. Many other European countries have school holidays in July and August. Therefore, we highly recommend traveling outside of the main season if you want to avoid the crowds and steep prices for car rental or accommodations. For example, in early June or late August or September. To sum it up, is Getaround a better choice for renting a car than classical car rentals? Not in every way. However, if you're worried about insurance, you're covered with both options for your whole rental duration. But we have found two downsides when you want to rent a car with Getaround. First, you might have to travel a few kilometers from the city center to rent a car with Getaround in Leknes. It depends where the person lives. Many people like the comfort of being able to pick up their car at the airport and just getting in and start driving. On Getaround, you usually pick up the vehicle at the owner's place. However, some of them might be willing to drive their car to the airport or the location of your choice for an extra fee. The second downside is that the owner might decide that he needs his car and cancel on you a few days in advance. The car owner will be fined for that, so most will try to avoid it. Please read the profile reviews and try to choose car owners with a good reputation. In the end, we would just like to say that we are not affiliated with Getaround. If you're interested in planning a trip to Norway, we highly recommend you check out our map of Western Norway and Lofoten before you do so. It will save you a lot of time and frustration, and it will make it a lot more fun to plan your next dream vacation in Norway. I hope you found this video interesting and helpful. If you did, we would appreciate it if you press the like button or subscribe to our channel for more travel tips. And if you know somebody who wants to travel to Norway this year, feel free to share this video with them and help them save a lot of money. That's it from us today. Until next time, take care.